Hey guys, welcome back. This is my first video talking about books. So yeah, I changed scenery. I'm in my bedroom. So you can see my mirror back here, and I have a shirt hanging up. It's a work shirt that I wear scrubs to work because I'm a vet tech, but I have a shirt. Anyways, that's not what we're here for. So the lighting's a little weird. There's a window right here. It's fine. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about some recent reads. I was just going to talk about Tales from the Gas Station and Sons of Wonderland. However, I finished 2 other books. So I figured I would also talk about those. First, I would like to talk about Tales from the Gas Station. So I have all 4. Well, okay, I started with volume 4 here on the top. There's 4 volumes, and I recently finished volume 4, which is why we're going to talk about it. So that's what we're going to. So let me just read you the back of volume 1 here. Drunk customers, shoplifting raccoons, otherworldly visitors. As night shift clerk at the 24-hour gas station at the edge of town, Jack has pretty much seen it all. That is, until his best friend reveals the body of a local politician hidden in the trunk of a car, setting off a chain of events with apocalyptic potential. Soon, Jack finds himself entangled in a supernatural conspiracy involving monster hunters, sociopaths, doomsday cultists, and garden gnomes? Armed with nothing but his wits, sarcasm, and alarming amounts of coffee, can Jack stay alive long enough to see another morning shift? Or will he too fall victim to the dark, ancient force infecting the dreams of everyone around him? One thing's for sure, he's not getting paid enough for this. Yeah. That is volume 1 of Tales from the Gas Station. So Tales from the Gas Station by Jack Townsend was a Reddit story that I used to read in the subreddit No Sleep. So the dedication in the front says, "This book is dedicated to all the No Sleepers and creepypasta fans who read the original blog, but especially the ones who died as a direct result. My bad, guys. This book is also dedicated to the real-life Jerry, Rosa, Tom, Carlos, O'Brien, and Rocco. You guys know who you are." So yeah, there's that. So it was a story on No Sleep that I used to read. So when I got back into reading recently, I discovered that they published books. So when I found that out, I absolutely had to buy them. So buy them I did. And I am still in love with them as much as I was reading them on the internet back in the day. So, yeah, if you like campy horror, supernatural things, I highly recommend Tales from the Gas Station by Jack Townsend. Again, there are 4 volumes, and they're not too, well, it looks like the 4th one is the thickest. But yeah, as the series progresses, it just gets more and more ridiculous. Like, I can't even, like, the second one says, "In this second installment of the Gas Station saga, Jack finds himself entangled in his most harrowing adventure yet. With the newest crew of coworkers along for the ride and the resident psychopath out for his blood, our hero," with a little parentheses and question mark, "must navigate the drama of small-town murder conspiracies, vigilante justice, and demonic summoning rituals, whether he wants to or not." Yeah, so that's the second one. Like I said, they just keep on getting more and more ridiculous. The 3rd one says, "Coming as a surprise to absolutely no one, Jack finds himself once again neck-deep in the middle of another deadly nightmare come true. And this time around, it's going to be a lot harder to tell who's a friend, who's an enemy, and who's a monster." So yes, eventually there are mimics involved. Like the first one said, raccoons. The raccoons play a big part. And garden gnomes. Can't forget about the garden gnomes. They make an appearance throughout the series. I will not spoil anything for you, but yeah. Like I said, I just recently finished Volume 4, and honestly, I rated all of these 5 stars. That's very subjective. They probably are not 5-star reads, but I love them so much that I rated them 5 stars just because of how absolutely ridiculous they are. Yeah, so go read Tales from the Gas Station by Jack Townsend because they are absolutely ridiculous. And again, I love them so much. One of the other series that we were going to talk about today is the Sons of Wonderland series. The one that I finished was Cruel as a Queen. Again, I'll put a picture up here better because this is all backwards and it's on my Kindle, so they're not in color, but not that that matters. So I did read Cruel as a Queen. This is the 4th one of the Sons of Wonderland series. So the Sons of Wonderland. So the first book is called Mad as a Hatter. So the synopsis, the description of this is, descend into madness. Clara spent her whole life fighting in the courtrooms for the downtrodden, the strange ones, the abused. It's only natural that when a man with rabbit ears on his head comes to see her, she doesn't blink an eye. Until he opens a portal and drags her to Wonderland. But this isn't the world she's read about at home. This world has been twisted, poisoned by none other than the Red Queen. There's a prophecy, the only chance Wonderland has of survival. Clara is foretold to defeat the knave and claim the Hatter's heart. But there's a problem. The Hatter is insane and Wonderland is full of unspeakable horrors. Death waits behind every tree. If the Beazles don't get you, the Bandersnatch will. Can Clara embrace the madness and her destiny, or will the reign of the Red Queen continue? This isn't the Wonderland you know. So, yeah, that is the first book, Mad as a Hatter. There are 3 in the main series of Sons of Wonderland. So there's Mad as a Hatter, Late as a Rabbit, and Feral as a Cat. So obviously, first book is about the Mad Hatter, second one is the White Rabbit, and third one is Cheshire Cat. And they all kind of tie in together. You can read them, from what I understand, you can read them as standalones. Like, they don't have to be read in order. But it works better if you read it in order because of the prophecy. So there's 3 parts to the prophecy. The first one obviously has to do with our character, like the main character, Clara, and the Mad Hatter. So she's the first part of the prophecy. The second one has to deal with, the White Rabbit and his mate. And then the third one is Cheshire Cat and his mate. So together they complete the prophecy and hopefully save Wonderland. The 4th one that I read, Cruel as a Queen, it's basically 4 different stories. So the first story, the bulk of the book, is about Alice and, what happened to her and whatnot. It kind of goes into her story. The other stories has to deal with, I don't want to get too much into it because it might be a bit of a spoiler, but other characters. It goes into some other characters like Cheshire and his sister. It talks about the knave. One of the other stories, there's 2 characters that show up in the series, the dodo bird and the flamingo. So it talks about their story. And then the last story in the book, it ties into, so there's more books that kind of take place in the same universe. I haven't got to them yet, but it's the Daughters of Neverland. So the final story in Cruel as a Queen kind of ties the Sons of Wonderland to the Daughters of Neverland. So the last story is Clara and Hatter's wedding. And then, like I said, there are some events that tie in these 2 universes. Well, it's the same universe, but tie in these 2 series. So yeah, it's a dark, it says it's a horror romance. So it says here, this is a horror romance retelling of Wonderland filled with all the creatures and characters you thought you knew. It contains gore, adult themes, and a sexy hatter. So yeah, there is some spice in here. This is what kind of got me back into reading spicy books. It is not nearly as, it's, if all you have read is ACOTAR, and we're going to base our spice level on that, ACOTAR is like down here. Sons of Wonderland is like a little bit above that. The last book of ACOTAR was kind of, I've definitely read spicier than ACOTAR, for sure, obviously, because this is spicier than ACOTAR. So if you like spice, I recommend Sons of Wonderland. I believe I rated them 3 stars. Each of them, I think I rated 3 stars. I really enjoyed the stories. So like I said, there's a prophecy. They have to save Wonderland. The first one's about Clara and Hatter. The second one is about White Rabbit. And I forget his mate's name. Jupiter. So obviously the second one follows Jupiter and White Rabbit, and then the third one, we are introduced to Cheshire's mate, Calypso. So from there, they, like I said, there's a prophecy. They each are part of the prophecy, so they kind of have to fulfill this prophecy to defeat the Red Queen. So that is that. Like I said, I think I gave them each a 3-star, just because I enjoyed the storyline. It was different. Like I said, I really like spicy books, so this kind of fit both my needs there. I don't know that I would, it says it's a horror romance thing. I don't know if I would classify it as a horror. It was definitely a dark romance, fantasy kind of thing. They do mention there was gore. I don't recall it being too gory. But, if you're sensitive to that, then obviously don't. Because it wasn't that gore. Like, it's not too descriptive, but there is gore. So, but I really liked the story. I found it very entertaining. Like I said, it was a different take on things. I do plan on reading Daughters of Neverland. I'm just reading some other things before that. So that's the Sons of Wonderland series. Since I have my Kindle out, I will talk about the other book that I finished on my Kindle. It's Hidden Pictures. Again, I'll show you here. From Edgar Award finalist Jason Rekulak comes a wildly inventive spin on the supernatural thriller, for fans of Stranger Things and Riley Sager, about a woman working as a nanny for a young boy with strange and disturbing secrets. Mallory Quinn is fresh out of rehab when she takes a job as a babysitter for Ted and Carolyn Maxwell. She is to look after their 5-year-old son, Teddy. Mallory immediately loves it. She has her own living space, goes out for nightly runs, and has the stability she craves. And she sincerely bonds with Teddy, a sweet, shy boy who is never without his sketchbook and pencil. His drawings are the usual fare: trees, rabbits, balloons. But one day, he draws something different: a man in a forest dragging a woman's lifeless body. Then, Teddy's artwork becomes increasingly sinister, and his stick figures quickly evolve into lifelike sketches well beyond the ability of any 5-year-old. Mallory begins to wonder if these are glimpses of a long unsolved murder, perhaps relayed by a supernatural force. Knowing just how crazy it all sounds, Mallory nevertheless sets out to decipher the images and save Teddy before it's too late. Like it says there, a recovering addict gets a job as a babysitter, and things progress from there. I really enjoyed it. There are mixed reviews on this book. I've seen people absolutely hate it. I have seen people absolutely love it. I've seen in between. I think I am in the in-between kind of category. There are pictures, so they do talk about, Teddy draws these pictures, and they do show the pictures in the book. I guess if you have the physical book, they're kind of like in there. On the Kindle, a lot of the times you don't know they're coming. Well, sometimes you know they're coming, but I think like the first couple, it's like, oh, there's a picture. Some of them are on the same page as the words, but most of the time they are their own page. So as you're kind of, going through, you see the pictures. But I guess in the book, some people have said that they preferred to read it on the Kindle because they didn't want to be tempted to look ahead at the pictures, and they were also more surprised by them on the Kindle. So it's up to you. If you have a habit of looking through and reading ahead, then maybe the Kindle version would be better. I got it on the Kindle because it was on Kindle Unlimited, so I didn't. Otherwise, I probably would have picked up the physical copy, but because it was on Kindle Unlimited, I just got it on my Kindle. So, yeah. I liked it for probably the last 25% of the book. It got, I don't want to say weird. I mean, it's a supernatural thriller book, so obviously there's a supernatural element to it, but some of the plot kind of, I don't know, just sort of didn't kind of match the rest. I don't know how to explain it, but the direction that it was going seemed to just suddenly change, almost. And I was kind of surprised. There was a little bit of twist at the end, and I was kind of surprised. Some of it, I thought, oh, I have this figured out, but then I didn't. So that was nice. I really liked it. I believe I gave it a 4 stars on Goodreads. And I don't know, I really liked it. So it was, I like supernatural things. Like I said, the twist was pretty good, so I was pleased with it. Yeah, so that was Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak. Yeah. Anyways, and then the last book that I have finished recently, I know I talked about before, but 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. I actually read this in one day. It is a YA thriller, so they're pretty easy to get through. I picked it up because I love A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, so I wanted to read other books by her. The third book in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder I did not love as much as the first 2, but it was still good enough, so I wanted to give another book a chance. So 5 Survive. This is Red Kenny is on a road trip for spring break with 5 friends. Her best friend and her older brother, his perfect girlfriend, Red's secret crush, a classmate, and a killer. When the RV breaks down in the middle of nowhere with no cell service, they soon realize this is no accident. They have been trapped by someone out there in the dark, someone who clearly wants one of them dead. With 8 hours until dawn, the 6 friends must escape or figure out which of them is the target. But is there a liar among them? Buried secrets will be forced to the light, and tensions inside the RV will reach deadly levels. Not all of them will survive the night. So I actually pretty enjoyed this. I enjoyed this. Like I said, it was an easy read. It's a YA, so they're easy to get through. So if you like easy YA thrillers, I do recommend this. Some of it was kind of predictable. There was one aspect that I was like, well, this is very obvious. And then I had it figured out who the liar is. Technically, they're all liars. They all have this secret. Each of them basically has this big secret that they all think is because of them. So as the book goes on, there are secrets revealed, but not the one that the person that is... So they end up getting shot at, so there is somebody in the woods shooting at them. That's how it... So, if they give them the information that he wants, he'll stop shooting, but... so they give him a time. Like, he's not just constantly shooting at them, obviously. But that is... So they each kind of try to figure out whose secret they want. So it was kind of obvious, some of the aspects. And then as it went on, and then you kind of figure more things out. So it's pretty obvious, but again, it's YA thriller. And I do like her writing. Yeah. Like I said, it was an easy read. It was entertaining, if not a little bit predictable. But that's fine. That's really all I have to say about Five Survive. Yeah, so it was good. I liked it. Not as good as A Girl's Guide to Murder, but that's okay. I will eventually read the reappearance of Rachel Price, which is her newest book. So I don't know when I'll read that, but yeah. So those are my most recent reads, physical and on my Kindle. Like I said, I usually am reading 2 books at one time. I usually read 1 physical and 1 on my Kindle. Currently, I am reading Pucking Around on my Kindle. It's a hockey romance. It's pretty spicy. I haven't gotten to any spicy parts. I did read the prequel, so it's called That One Night. This is by Emily Rath, I think is her name. They're available on Kindle Unlimited, so Emily Rath is her name. So I read That One Night because I read that you should read the prequel before reading Pucking Around. It's a series, so I'm reading. I finished That One Night, and that one was pretty spicy. So we weren't here to talk about it, but since it's a very short, it's like a novella, it's very short, and it's just how the 2 main characters of Pucking Around meet. So it's very spicy. Like, I think the half, if not most of the novella is just straight spice. So I was like chapter after chapter after chapter. It was just straight spice. So I enjoyed it. It was cute. And it kind of, like I said, it was an introduction to the 2 main characters in Pucking Around. So I think it's nice to know about them and how they originally met. And so now we get to see their story. I'm only 13% into Pucking Around, so they are also available on Kindle Unlimited. So yeah, that's what I'm reading right now on my Kindle. Like I said, Pucking Around. The physical book that I'm reading is House of Leaves, and I'm doing a reading vlog on that. No. This video will be out before the reading vlog because this video will be out shortly after I film this. So it's a Thursday. This video is going to be out on a Sunday. I am not going to finish House of Leaves before then, so you will see the reading vlog after this one, I think. I should have House of Leaves finished after this. Anyways, I'm probably going to go read some more of House of Leaves here shortly. So, yeah, that was some of my recent reads. And, yeah, I hope you like them as much as I do. I would love to talk about Tales from the Gas Station with somebody, anybody, literally anybody, please. I think a lot of it was just nostalgia because I did read it, online years ago, and I don't know, I just love these books. Like, they're so ridiculous. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop talking about them right now. But yeah, if you would like to talk about Tales from the Gas Station, please let me know. I would love to talk to you about it. Anyways, in the meantime, I'm gonna go read more of House of Leaves, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for reading with me.